Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about relative pronouns in relative clauses. It's a very, very simple topic, but sometimes we may get confused in the way we have to use this word. So, um, basically, we have three different words, which is who, which, and that. And they are going to help us to say something else about some specific topic or some characteristic of a person or a thing. Okay, so that sounds very complex, but it's actually pretty simple. So we have we have relative clauses, which are like sentences that are integrated or subordinated to another sentence. So they tell us a little bit more about what we are finding out about this person or this thing. Or sometimes they help us set it apart from other similar things. So we have the first example, which is Lord Thompson, who is 76, has just retired. Okay, so we could have the sentence like Lord Thompson has just retired, right? But we kind of need this information, which is he who is 76, because it really gives more information about the person and makes it relevant because he's retiring. So we are guessing at which age did he retire. So it's relevant and it's something else that the person who is saying this sentence is giving us. And then we have, something else that you need to know. We're talking about a person here, so we use the word who. Who we always use with a person, right? And then we have the next sentence, which is this is the house which Jack built. Okay? We're not really talking about Jack, but we're talking about the house. The house is the subject, is the one we're giving more information about. So, since the house is a thing, we need to use which instead of who. Okay, that's very important. Who is for talking about people, and which is for talking about objects or things. Okay, and then we have our wild card, which is the word that. We have this example, which is Marie Curie is the woman that discovered radium. Okay, we could we could as well use who. Marie Curie is the woman who discovered radium, but we have this word that, which is we can use for both. We can use this one to replace who, and we can use this one to replace which. Is absolutely no problem. Um, and you may say, well, why will I use who or which if I can just learn that? The first reason that I find is that people will use all of them. So it doesn't matter which one you use, you still need to know and understand that people are going to use this. And if you don't really use it when someone else does, you may get confused. Also, there are some examples, some specific instances where it might get confusing because that, since as I told you, is talking about can talk about people and things. Sometimes when you're talking about two things at the same time, or a person and a thing, it may get confusing. So it really helps to have a who and which to set them apart and to know that we're talking about the person and we're not talking about the object or the other way around. Okay. Also, we need to know that who and whom are used for people. We also have whom, which comes when the person is receiving the action or it comes after a preposition. Which for things, and as I said before, that is used for people and things for both cases. Okay, and we have two kinds of relative clauses. The first one is to make clear which person or thing we're talking about. As I said, like you have maybe more than one person or more than one thing, and you really want to make some emphasis on which person is the right one or who is the person who is doing this and not the other one, right? And then we have Marie Curie is the woman who discovered radium. So there are many women in the world, but Marie Curie is the one that discovered radium. So she's who discovered radium. Okay. The same for a house. This is the house which Jack built. There are many houses, but this is the one which Jack built. So we're making emphasizing um, that Jack built this house, not the other one. Okay. Uh, in this kind of relative clause, in the other one, we can use that instead of who or which. So as I said before, that you can use it to replace anything. Marie Curie is the woman that discovered radium. This one is correct in the same way as this one. However, with people, I would prefer to use who. It just sounds more natural to me. And with things, I will actually prefer to use that. This is the house that Jack built. So, because which sounds kind of too formal for this. But it's a matter of taste. As long as you follow these rules and you don't just wish for a person or who for a thing, you are totally fine. Okay, sometimes you can leave it out. Like this is the house Jack built, right? Sometimes there are specific cases where it's just so implied that you don't really need to add the pronoun that. It's like obvious, but it will come with practice for you. In the beginning, you can always write it, and then as you feel more comfortable, you will realize that sometimes it just sounds okay without it. But it's a matter of practice, as I said before. Well, that's pretty much relative clauses in a general sense. Hope it was helpful to you guys, and see you soon. Take care.